Hello everyone, welcome to day 19. Today is about ECS, Modbus, Claus for concern. This video is from David Ackerman and Fixit 42 Live. Maybe. Okay, and what is the drama today? Okay, so someone has compromised the drone's fleet control system. It's sophisticated, and they want us to investigate that once again. They found a paper on the ground. It's this. I have no clue what's going on. And they found it near the PLC terminal, which is a programmable controller. Okay, so it's an industrial computer. Okay, so let's go into the exercise. Don't forget to start the boxes. And they have a page here where they go over SCADA. SCADA systems are the command centers of industrial operations, and they include a lot of different things like sensors and actuators, programmable logical controllers, which they explain here are the brains of the automated logic, monitoring system like CCTV, and historians, which are databases that store operational data for later analysis. And they explain here how the SCADA system works in the TBFC headquarters and why are SCADA systems targeted today. And they go over some very interesting topics of why these systems are targeted maybe more than others, and one of those reasons is legacy software, and legacy software can have known vulnerabilities, default credentials. They are designed for reliability, not security. They control physical processes. They are connected to corporate networks, and there are this myth that because they are in the corporate network, they can be safe. And protocols like Modbus lack authentication. But yeah, read all these because these will be important for the exercises. I just did a little summary just so that we are a little bit clear of what's going on, but please read it in detail so you know what's going on the next section. Okay, I didn't even notice this was a question. I thought this was one of the just check to continue, but yeah, it's 502 here, and it's TCP. So now they explain more specifically one of the sections of what constitutes a SCADA, which is the PLC, which is the programmable logic controller, which they explain is the brain. So PLCs are basically, they explain here, machines that are engineered for extreme reliability and harsh conditions. So they survive in harsh environments, they run continuously without failure, they execute control logic in real time, and they interface directly with physical hardware. And what is Modbus? I don't have a clue. Let's find out. So it looks like it's a communication protocol that industrial devices use to talk to each other. It was created on 1979 by Modicon, and it's one of the oldest and widely deployed industrial protocols. Very nice. And yeah, they explain here that it's basically a request-response conversation. So the client asks, what's the current value of register 0? And the server responds with the value. They go over the data types for Modbus. So yeah, don't forget to read it with detail. And yeah, they explain what coils are and what holding registers are in detail. They are a type of the data, and they have different of these in TBFC, drone control system. Yeah, and they say that the note now makes sense because it was documentation about the coils and the holding registers. They explain here that previously these devices were physically connected in a network, so they were connected by wiring, but in the modern industrial systems, they use TCP, so network packets. And they say that the network connectivity brings enormous benefits, but it also exposes the system to network-based attacks. And King Malhare exploited this vulnerability, and they explained that Modbus has no built-in security mechanisms, so no authentication, no encryption, no authorization, no integrity checking. Yeah, they explained that it exists modern security solutions, so VPNs, firewalls, Modbus security gateways, but they are not by default, so they are add-ons. So many industrial facilities don't have these protections implemented due to costs or compatibility issues with legacy equipment, or they just simply don't know it exists. I bet that everyone in their city has cases like this. I mean, it's not only on industry. Maybe government officials and government departments use very old software, very old computers that have known vulnerabilities. And in the industry field, I can see even bigger issues, especially if we are connected to imported machines. And it seems like we will use Python and PyModbus library to investigate the system. Very nice. Don't forget to check. Read it by detail. Never forget the spaghetti. Okay, and we're gonna start with one of my favorite tools, Nmap. We are going to do some reconnaissance, it seems. So yeah, so let's run the map. Okay, it seems that we aren't able to do it. Is there a reason why? Let's try this just to see if it works. Okay, so we run the all scan and it seems that it found the open ports. Yeah, so while this reads the rest, let's try and read forward. So we found a port 80, which is an HTTP service, the CCTV camera feed, and port 502, which is the Modbus TCP. And they are here. Yeah, we can see the TCP and we have the port 80. So they tell us to navigate in the browser to the IP. It seems like we can see security cameras. This is very fun. Nice one. But I think this is going the other way around. Gonna hit the boxes. Yeah, we see here that it's compromised. So they ask us to keep these open. Very good. Okay, so doing these steps are optional. So let's just read along with them. Okay, they already pre-installed Modbus. So they run Python like this. Okay. So they do a script then, it seems. Yeah, they do a simple script. And they can read holding registers like this script. Yeah, so it seems that our age R0 is set to 1, so it loads chocolate eggs. So it seems that checking age R1 delivery zone is normal. Zone 5 is also normal. Okay, and it seems that the value 6666666, it's not that many sixes, confirms that the system has been compromised by the EGGSPLOIT framework. Oh no! We also can read coils like this. So inventory verification is disabled. It just follows the command without checking if the item actually exists. C11 is enabled, so the system is actively monitoring the changes. Okay, the self-destruct isn't armed yet, which is kind of funny. Why would you put a self-destruction mechanism in a factory that does presents for Santa Claus? But well, I'm not the plant manager, so you guys do you. So yeah, so this is what the maintenance technician discovered. Okay, so they have an emergency dump mechanism. Very good. Okay, so they were keeping this note to avoid making everything go kaboom. Okay, and now they want us to create this file. You can create with Nano, but if you want to avoid working with it, because I understand why you wouldn't want to do that, you can just copy this and use Sublime Text. No, not that one. I'm doing the same mistake over and over again. Okay, finally. So yeah, so we have it here. Now we can save it on desktop. Sure, we can call it the same name as the save. Here, very nice. See where we are. And we go into desktop and we run the script that they have done. So it logs the holding registers and the coils. So they explain here what our game plan is. We first need to disable C11 so that we don't make it go kaboom. Then we need to change the package type to Christmas gifts, age R0 equal to 0, enable inventory verification, C10 equal true, enable audit logs, C13 equal true, and verify C15 never got armed. And yeah, the order is critical because they put this weird industry goes kaboom for some reason. And yeah, so they create the script to have Christmas. So if we try to trigger the trap before disabling the things in the proper order, the self-destruction will start, 30-second countdown will begin. After 13 seconds, the C12 emergency dump will activate. HR1 will change to 10, ocean zone. All remaining inventory will be dumped. the CCTV will show the trap activation screen. You will need to restart the challenge. Okay, I mean, I almost want to do this, but unfortunately I don't have much time. But yeah, if you guys have time, just try and then restart the challenge. It seems way more fun. And yeah, they explain here also how the post-incident analysis works. And yeah, so I didn't run the script. So let's grab it. Also with Sublime text. Voila. Yeah, so let's take some time and see what the code is trying to do. So they import the Modbus, how they put the port here, and the IP of the machine, the unit ID, it seems. They read the coils. So just read the coil, and you just need the address, how many we want. And they have a slave. Okay, nice. And then they read the register. Okay. Then they create a client, it seems. Bunch of logs. Okay, then they read the package type, the protection, and if it's armed, then they have the result. Here they are trying to write to the coils. Okay, then they check the errors. Very nice. Always check your errors. Then they change the package type to Christmas, and it's the same. Write register instead of write coil. I suppose that the first value is the value that we want to change. Then another 0. No, or it's the... Does this have a reference? No, it doesn't. Yeah, so they pass some arguments, it seems. And then they enable inventory verification safely. Get n, true. And they are writing to coils. Ah, okay, I see. So the first number is the coil that they are referring to, it seems. Yeah. And the second is the boolean, because coils accept booleans. And register, the first is the register they are trying to change, and the second is the value. Okay. And then they have the unit ID, which I suppose in this case it's only one. There is only one. And then they enable audit logs, which is a coil 13, and they set it to true. And they verify the restoration. They read. Okay, so they read again. They always have these time sleeps, because I will suppose this goes through TCP and it is a physical system. So maybe needs to then update the machines that it affects. Maybe. I will just call it restore because I'm lazy. And let's call restore. Restore. Okay, yeah, they verified the current system. Aha, they did it. Oh no. King Malhare is sad. Poor guy. System restored. He's a menacing rabbit. See those red eyes? But if we activated self-destruction, the rabbit will go with the eggs. Ha ha ha, it will be beautiful. It will be amazing. I'm just joking. We won't kill the rabbit. Of course, we will take him to jail to celebrate Christmas because it seems that he hates it. So maybe that's punishment enough. Yeah, let's put our flag in. Let's check. This was a very fun, small example, actually. I liked it. And we worked with real-world physical systems. It's an interesting field, and like they said, it's a system that depends a lot on legacy systems, so maybe there is, there is a lot of room to improvement. So maybe you can be the next big software developer for an industry, an industrial plant of something, of eggs or Christmas presents. Maybe they are hiring, maybe TBFC is hiring. So yeah, if your next job is making software for industries, go for it. There seems to be a lot of business. Or maybe be a cybersecurity advisor. Maybe you go to each factory in your zone and you ask, do you do this? And they say no, and you just make bank there. Very fun. So yeah, hope you guys liked it. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.